Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Showtime with Mike and Tyler.
All right, guys, welcome to week 2 of Showtime with Mike and Tyler. Thank you so much for joining us. Second week in a row. Tyler, how's it going?
Second week in a row. I'm drunk.
Yes, we do this after we do count it out. So
we just had Anthony on, and I'm drunk. It's 2 a.m. Let's.
Well, at least you're not the one in charge of running a show tonight. This falls on me tonight. I'll do a little bit of housekeeping first. I have changed the name of my program. I've decided not to be Big Smoke Pro because it's not what I thought it was. So
sounds dirty.
It does sound dirty. My new league is called MLP Maple Leaf Pro.
I'm happy you went with that. A little honor to Maple Leaf Wrestling from back in the day.
Exactly. And stick with me because I have a couple more tributes to Maple Leaf Wrestling. I'm going to throw in, especially to the Tunnies,
I love
over the next few weeks. But I went with Maple Leaf Pro because there's already an MLW in current wrestling, and I didn't want to be another MLW.
Fair. I like that. Sorry, go ahead. You do what you got to do, and then I'll ask you my question after.
All I was going to say is I haven't thought of a name for my weekly show yet. Yeah. Hopefully I have one by next time.
I mean, my promotion's called Counted Out Wrestling, so like, come on.
I think I'm going to do a 90-minute format.
All right, I like it.
I wanted a good tight 1 hour like ROH does, but I had too much going on. So
yeah, that's fair.
So a 90-minute format. What were you going to ask before I get into it?
Before you get into your card, just give a quick rundown of where we left you off on the pay-per-view there, who your champions are, what your programs are. Kind of give us a little refresher because it's been 2 weeks since we've heard from you.
Yeah. So at our inaugural pay-per-view, we had that big battle royal to get a new champion, and there was no winner. So the last 3 men in the ring ended up facing off for a triple threat match in the main event, which was Prince Devitt, AJ Styles, and Josh Alexander. AJ Styles got a quick pin on Finn Balor and won the match to become the first champion.
Sweet.
We had a straightforward tag team match in the Second Year Crew and GOD. We had a bunch of stuff going on with that division I haven't thought of the name of for, but my like hardcore division, where we saw the debut of Bray Wyatt. We saw Bailey and Tessa fight. We saw Marco Stunt lose to Colby Durst,
local boy,
Colby Carino, and then get an invitation to train and work with Petey Williams. We saw in the Battle Royal, we saw Matt Cardona and Big Ben Ortsman's kind of have a tuffle after Cardona did not like being eliminated by Big Ben. So they had a big tuffle after the match. And then later on had a match where Cardona beat Big Ben. We had a good wrestling match between Will Ospreay and Jonathan Gresham. And then of course we had the Loose Cannons take on, which of course is Harry Smith and Brian Pillman take on the Briscoes, and the Briscoes won, but the Loose Cannons aren't giving up yet. They're a little pissed that they're not considered real family because they're not related. So this story is going to keep going on.
I like that.
And then we had that main event.
Perfect. All right, man. So kick us off. What's starting off the show this week?
We're starting off our show with the phenomenal one. Our champion AJ Styles is going to come out and cut a promo. I'm telling you right now, this is ultimate heel AJ Styles, because he's gonna come out and right away really work himself to the crowd and declare himself an honorary Canadian. He's going to say, if I'm working for this company, then I should be Canadian too. I'm going to be the best Canadian. I'm a phenomenal Canadian.
Is he better than Bret Hart? Is that kind of like where he's going?
Exactly. And he's going to start talking about how he's a better Canadian than all these people, and really, really push that fact. So I find, the heel coming in and pissing on Canada is just too overdone. So instead, I'm going to the exact opposite. He wants to be Canadian. He wants to represent Canada, but he's going too far with it.
Yeah, I like that.
He's saying that he's really hoping that he gets more of a challenge in Maple Leaf Pro than he's had in the last two promotions he's been in. He needs a good challenge. He goes, he's just not sure that guys like Devitt and Alexander are the ones to give it to him. He goes, I beat them too easily. Mauro Ranallo comes out and tells him to pay close attention because the two men will be fighting that night. He will be facing for the championship next week. And those two men are Josh Alexander and Will Ospreay.
Oh, well, no Devitt there. Okay. So we got Ospreay. That's a great match.
So that is our main event tonight, and that's for the number one contendership shot next week on the show. And then Mr. Prince Devitt comes out.
Okay. I'm happy we're seeing that.
And he's pissed. And he's upset that Josh gets another shot, but he doesn't. So Mauro says, since Devitt ate the pin last week, he's the real loser and he has to earn his spot back just like everybody else. And he can start earning his spot back by defeating his opponent tonight, Jeff Cobb.
Wow, great match.
So our opening match is going to be the Briscoes versus the Gorillas of Destiny. And you have the Loose Cannons sitting on commentary.
Okay.
Now it's a good, hard-hitting match, just like these two tag teams. You know they can do. They're
and the Loose Cannons, sorry, are Pillman and
so that's Pillman, Harry Smith, and Bronwyn Billington.
Perfect.
And they get at one point the Briscoes get thrown out of the ring. They go near the commentary table where Pillman flat out spits in Mark Briscoe's face.
Love it.
Briscoes get pissed off. They jump over the table and start beating the crap out of the boys. Starts this big fight, DQ finish, no win.
Okay, I'm fine with that because I think both these teams should be protected, and it elevates your feud with the Loose Cannons and the Briscoes. So I'm on board so far.
Going into our second match, it's a qualifying match to get into a tournament for this new hardcore whatever title I'm going to have in the next few weeks. And it's G Raver versus Holden Albright. Holden Albright, of course, has his manager Sin Bodhi in his corner. The match is your typical, very violent, very bloody match. Goes on for about 6 or 7 minutes when the lights go down. When they come back up, Bray Wyatt is standing on the ramp. G Raver is entranced with Bray Wyatt. His eyes are meeting Bray Wyatt. They're staring at each other. Holden Albright grabs a light tube, smashes it over G Raver's back. He goes down, puts him down for the pin. Lights go back out again. When they come back up, nobody is there.
All three of the guys are gone?
They're all gone.
All right, cool.
Going on to match 4, Mauro Ranallo comes out and explains a new concept that Maple Leaf Pro is going to have called the Local Open Challenge. And that's any Canadian wrestlers that want to come in and think that they want a spot here, they need to come and earn it and fight one of our champions. Or not champions, one of our wrestlers. And we're starting off tonight. The first 2 people to come in and want a spot in Maple Leaf Pro is a team from just outside Montreal, Quebec called Tabarnak de Team. I'm not sure if you're aware of these guys, but they're massive in Quebec. I'll send you some. They did a match in C4 2 years ago against Cody and MJF. They're big.
Okay.
And they're going to take on Josh Woods and Jonathan Gresham.
Ooh.
And they lose.
Good.
And they lose. So the very first open challenge is a win for the company.
I like that. I don't think those spots should just be handed out. So I think it should mean something when somebody
and this is a big team. So if you're in the crowd, if this is real, you're in the crowd, you're expecting TDT to go over. You really are. Match 5, Big Ben comes out and challenges Cardona to a best 2 out of 3 series match.
Oh,
Not a best 2 out of 3 falls, but like
like
3
what I've got
matches.
going on with Hangman and
Yeah.
Roman, except I'm doing the best of 7.
Yeah. I just want to go short and sweet with these guys. 2 out of 3. Ben comes out. They have a really good match, and Ben wins. Or Cardona comes out. Ben gets a really good pin, sneaky pin on, not a sneaky pin, but a quick pin on.
Intriguing. It's intriguing that you have the baby face. That you got the baby face go over in the first one. Usually the standard booking is the heel goes over in match 1.
Well, no, this is match 2. They fought last week.
So this is the second of best 2 out of 3. Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Okay. I thought this was like the initial one. Okay.
No.
So they're tied 1-1.
Exactly. Then we have Prince Devitt versus Jeff Cobb.
Take my money now.
Yeah, absolutely. Phenomenal match. You have Josh Alexander is seen watching the match. AJ Styles is seen in the back watching the match. Mauro Ranallo is taking notes watching the match. And it must have really gotten to Prince Devitt. He loses the match.
Really? Wow. Okay.
He loses this match.
Now,
there's nothing on the line for Cobb. Like, Cobb doesn't get a shot. This is just
got to put his name up there now.
But he put his name up there. This was Devitt's. Devitt had to beat Cobb to get back up. And this is Devitt's going to come out next week. Now he's going to be complaining that, the odds are stacked against me. I was distracted. There was too many things going along.
You might have a heel turn.
Yeah, I think I'm turning Devitt into a heel here. And then the main event is Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay with AJ Styles on commentary. We have the greatest wrestling match we've seen on TV in a long time. With Josh Alexander winning by the seat of his pants with the way I picture it in my head is like Owens win at WrestleMania 10. Just like
the reverse roll up.
Yeah, or even like a schoolboy or something like that. Something so quick that you don't see it coming, and even the referee is surprised that he hit the 3. You know what I mean? But it's so good that both men stand up, and even Ospreay is like, "Fuck, you got me." They shake hands right there in the middle of the ring. AJ stands up. He gets in the ring and he gets face to face with Josh. They just stare at each other. AJ starts backing up to get out of the ring. And right as he gets out of the ring, Prince Devitt gets back in the ring with a chair, smashes Josh over the back.
I love
it. And we go off the air with Prince Devitt standing over top of Josh Alexander with a chair in his hand.
Now, are you teasing a Devitt and AJ Styles? Are they looking at each other like two sweet Bullet Club or
no? He's staring.
AJ's gone.
AJ could still be out there, but Devitt is tunnel vision on Josh Alexander. He blames everything on Josh. It's his fault he's not getting his title shots. Everything is Josh's fault.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm in. I'm on board. I like where you're going with this. You painted a good picture.
And I still have some storylines that I started last week that I haven't done, that I can go into next week. It doesn't have to be every week. You know what I mean? I didn't put Marco on the show yet. Marco can go on next week.
From what you put on the show, I think you advanced your storylines really well. I'm interested to see where you put Cobb now, the big win.
Mm-hmm.
You got my interest there. I love the Briscoe feud with the Loose Cannons. I think it's fantastic. Your world title dynamic has just taken a nice twist now because now you put Cobb into that. You've got a spin-off with Alexander, even though he's the number 1 contender with Devitt. Maybe Cobb's going to get the next shot against AJ first because Alexander might want a piece of Devitt. You got a fatal 4-way potential there. Will Ospreay had a strong showing, so he's in the mix. Good shit.
Good. I'm glad
Good
you
shit. Well, that's going to put a bow short and sweet.
Yeah,
I love
short and sweet this week.
Next week on Showtime with Mike and Tyler, it'll be Count Out Wrestling. You're going to get match 2 between Roman Reigns and Heyman Page, Penta and Phoenix against the Jungle Express, CM Punk's Open Challenge, and a triple threat match to determine the number 1 contendership for our women's championship. Stay tuned for it. In the immortal? Let's try that again.
Immortal.
In the immortal words of the legendary Billy Red Lyons, Don't you dare miss it.